Hey guys, I'm Orla from your Women's Gear Review channel. Today we are reviewing the Sea to Summit Hydraulic Pro Dry Pack. So in this review, it is sectioned off so you can check out the summary, features. We're going to have a wee fit check, a wee comfortability test, see how it feels on the female body, an airline test, water test, pros and cons, and then rounding up the video with some final thoughts. And of course, if there is anything that you would like to know about this bike and that we have missed, then just pop us a wee comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you. This backpack was sent out for review, but by no means does that jeopardize my honesty. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. This is priced at a whopping $399 US for the 50 litre. You can also get it in the 70 litre and the 100 litre. So this is made with 1000D hydraulic fabric. This is PVC and PFC free, and it is made up with laminated TPU. So with the hardware here, you do have the TIZIP zips, which requires some maintenance. The first time seeing this zip, it's really thick, but it's really durable in terms of that weather resistance. Here is completely waterproof, so you don't have to worry at all for anything seeping in. In one of the pockets, they do give you instructions for how to take care of this, and they give you some lubricant so that you can put this onto the zip so you just maintain that, especially if you are using it in more rugged environments. It's important to just keep on top of that. This is 24.4 by 12.6 by 11 inches, and it is a weight of 1.5 kg. So it does come in the black, or you can get it in the red with the yellow throughout. In terms of the shape and style, now this material is literally heaven for me. I absolutely love the kind of laminated TPU coat in, also that waterproof material so that you know literally nothing is getting into this bag. You could literally submerge it into water and you'd be absolutely grand. It's really well structured, so when it is completely packed out, you can max it out to its 50 litre here. And then when it isn't fully packed, you can kind of compress it completely down if you wanted to. It genuinely is one of the strongest backpacks that I've tested out. This bag is made to endure tough conditions and adventures. It is definitely designed to be outdoors. So Sea to Summit do offer international shipping, and for the warranty, you do have to go over to their website and kind of fill out a claim form to see whether or not you are eligible for repair. So you can find out more about that in the description, where it will take you over to their website, those wee links. So Sea to Summit are an amazing brand. They are also a sustainable brand. They have a fantastic website, and for someone who loves camping, their website is something that I highly appreciate. I'm actually on the hunt for a new tent and also sleeping bags and things like that. So it's definitely a shout heading over to their website to check out all their different kinds of range. If this material is anything to go by, then their products are. Okay, time to get cracking on with the features. So the branding is in your face, kind of but it is quite subtly done. It's embedded into the sides here. You've got a bit of a logo on the front, again on the side, so it's definitely making a statement. Keeping on with the exterior here, you do have external lash points loops here that you can attach externally if you wanted to. A full review on their Sill kind of day pack will be coming out, and they have the kind of carabiner hooker here, so even if you wanted to attach another bag onto this, then you could do so. This is definitely a shout, so look out for this review. And yeah, you have this then implemented into your kind of side handles, which helps you maneuver the bag. So if you are maneuvering it from the overhead locker, under seat or whatever, then you have those kind of two handles. It is that seatbelt material, but it actually does have a lot of cushion to it. That's kind of mainly it. You do have another top handle here. So overall, you do have 1, 2, 3 kind of handles, and then you've got your kind of back system here, which we'll get onto in a minute. This is it completely fully packed, and I'm going to show you what I can exactly get in here and how I have packed it out. I've opted to not pack it with packing cubes, so you can kind of see how much clothing you can get into it and then add to it if you want. There is still a little bit of room, which I leave for snacks. The shape to it as well is really, really nice. There is a nice bit of padding to it. Even if this was to fall over or even submerged in water, as mentioned, I would feel absolutely grand with this because it's really well structured and put together. And that's really just the outside of this bag. It's pretty simple to the point, kind of clean, sleek, especially when it is fully packed out. It's definitely much nicer than what it is when it isn't, she says, as it's dented in. But you can kind of get the style and look of it, and even like the corners feel like a lot bit like more reinforced on each of the corners, like on how it is made up. It was definitely considered and made to be outdoors. So we'll get down and dirty into the main part of the bag. The kind of organization in this bag is like your duffel. It's just space. It's to the point. Inside you can completely pack it up. There is no organization. The only thing that I kind of do miss is bright interior. That it would be definitely a shout because it is just a dark hole. As you will see from the overlays, it's pretty hard to show you. The zip does take a minute to kind of pull off, but it's great in terms of the durability as mentioned, and if you keep on top of that maintenance, then that is going to last you a very, very long time. Now, let's show you what I can get into this. Wash bag and makeup bag, and then there's still plenty of room for other accessories. As you can see, then it starts to kind of like fold in on itself. It's quite easy to kind of compress down and store away if you want to. So what we've got in here then, we'll just pack it back up so we can show you. 1, 2, that is hideous, my packing. 3 jumpers. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of leggings, self-packable jacket and vest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tops, pair of shorts, PJ bottoms, kind of like dressy bottoms. And then you've got 1, 2 pairs of shoes. And then you have a wash bag and a makeup bag. And it's just great for like packing up to the max because there is flexibility with it. And then that's how it closes, and then make sure you're locking that in so no water is submerging in. And that's it, completely packed out. For a bit of weight reference, for it completely packed out for how I have it. It's gonna hurt because I've got a sore wrist. Woo! It's nearly coming up to 10 kg, about 9 kg. Damn. This front handle is super handy for just lifting it back up on the table. So moving on to the back system here, you can completely detach these straps if you want to. You've got the G-hook kind of system. They act as your load lifters as well, which is amazing. And imprinted on the bag is instructions on how to do that. It is honestly a bit fiddly to take these off. It does take a minute. It does take bit of time. I have a dodgy wrist at the minute, so I don't have to take off these straps. Like, I prefer the whole backpack, especially 50 liters on my back. But should you want to take them off and maybe protect them, you're not using them or whatever, then you can do that as well. Implemented on the straps is some lovely padding here, which I am so appreciative of because sometimes brands don't do that. They don't think about the padding, especially if you are going into duffel mode. So this is really, really nice, and they've ran it onto the straps here so it kind of just folds into itself, and as mentioned, you can take it off on the sides. They are like well sealed in, like it's not going to just come off. Sometimes I find with brands that like the G-hook system isn't like strong enough and it can just like slide out easily, whereas this is like well sealed in, so it does take a minute to kind of maneuver it out. Then on the straps you do have your sternum strap, which is really nice, especially for a 50 litre. You definitely need it. They don't have a wee dangle stopper here, which would have been nice. But this is just maneuvered like by throwing it through the hoop here and then adjusting it into whatever section you kind of want. So that's nice that you have the range of ability to do that. And then on the straps as well, they are adjustable. And the one thing that I absolutely love and appreciate is the thumb holders. Okay, so let's get into a fit check, comfortability, and how this feels on the female body. Who prefers the sternum strap a bit lower? This is obviously not a look, so more material would have been nice, even if it was, even when you move it up a bit, still just a little bit more material, because if it's tight on me, it's going to be tighter on people who are a bit bigger on the chest area. In terms of the straps, they are really comfortable. The load lifters just allow you to tighten it in and get it to your own kind of building height and comfortability. This is what it looks like on me. For reference, I am 5'6". Now it is heavy, like long periods of time. You're definitely going to need to implement that sternum strap. We get a little bit more support, but it's great that you have the load lifters and everything that you can kind of push in and build it all to your own kind of build. So in terms of the straps, the mesh isn't the comfiest. It's quite rough to feel, especially if you're not wearing a jumper, but in terms of like the curve for the straps, they're absolutely grand, and I love that you can just build it then to your own kind of build and fit. But just a wee bit more material on the sternum strap wouldn't have gone amiss, and then it would have been perfecto. This is where the handles come in fantastically, and probably if you are trying to put it in the overhead locker, then the stowable straps would be useful. It's not going to fit as a personal item. I'm so scared. These are the representations of EasyJet measurements. Oh. No. It's like breaking the box. I mean, if you don't have it completely packed out, I feel like still the length is gonna not be working for you here. If you're not completely packing it out, you still have flexibility with it to even try and shove it in somehow. This is a whopper. Oh my god, I put that on my head. Now I have a headache. So for the water test, absolutely amazing. Fantastic, like completely waterproof. Obviously the kind of webbing and everything, it does sit in there for a minute, but it dries really easily. So externally here you have your one pocket, which is quite nice to just place like things like your passport or documents that you might want in there, or anything that you might need quicker access to instead of opening up the whole main body of the bag. And in there when you get the bag is the lubricant to help maintain those zips. Inside that there is just the little bit of space, nothing too big, only like flatter items. It is well padded though, so even if you did want to put like your phone in there, it is perfectly safe. And what I absolutely love is this pillar. It's all like customed, really nice, but the fact that they put the wee hooded zip here, stunning. Okay, time for some pros and cons. 1000% the main pro for me is the material of this bag and how it is made up. If you are an adventurous person or an active person, especially water sports, then I cannot recommend this enough. If you are someone who is enduring like rugged adventures, then this is just the perfect bag to take with you, because you don't have to worry about it, if you know what I mean. You're not going to have to worry about scratches, you're not going to have to worry about your stuff inside, about the weather or it changing, and you're not going to have to worry about the durability and how long lasting it's going to be, because this material is really easy to pack. No real organization with it, but still thoughtful features, especially with the external kind of loopholes as well. And another thing is the load lifters. That is really appreciated, so that you can play about with your own build and height, especially for a 50 litres. Definitely appreciated. Some cons is that I'm not like mad about it or anything, but like the whole imprinted, especially with the instructions imprinted on the kind of strap system, but over testing I realized how valuable that there was, because you definitely need that to kind of understand how to get these straps off. Over longer periods, definitely a wee hip belt wouldn't have gone amiss. Also, as mentioned, bright interior would have been fabulous, and if you are someone who enjoys organization, then this probably isn't for you. And just personal preference when it comes to the sternum strap, I am so lazy, I really couldn't be bothered adjusting this that many times, so having one that just runs up and down is definitely better. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the GBO community and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a wee nosy over on the Sea & Summit website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any other bag, then we would be forever grateful if you could use the links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!